What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another gem. Today we got these fire duckies with the BB belt. So let's get into the tutorial. Starting from the beginning, we're going straight into pushing the cuticles back. And then I'm going in with my drill bit, my man drill, and using a medium sanding bit and just removing all of the shine and oils from the natural nails, making sure to pull back the client skin so that you can get into the sidewalls and all around. And then we're gonna go in with a cuticle bit. I like to use the triangle bit, and we're just going around the cuticles and making sure, lifting up all of the cuticles from the nail plate to make sure that there's no dry skin on the nail plate, because if you lay acrylic over that it will lift. So we want to make sure that the nail plate is very clean and nothing is on it. We're going to dust all this off real quick, and then we're going straight in with these duck tips that I found on Amazon. The link is in the description box below to my storefront, so they should definitely be in there. There's actually a shorter version, and then there's like a longer tapered version. These are the shorter version. I feel like the longer tapered ones, you definitely have to use it for long nails. Like, you can't put those on and then cut them down, because if you were to cut those down, it would just be the square shape because of how tapered they are. But these are very wide duckies, so you could cut these down to be short duck nails and it'll still be the duck shape. And that's what we did. We did kind of like a medium length. So I just asked the client to show me where they wanted to be cut using my curved scissors, which should actually also be on my Amazon storefront. I know a lot of people were asking me about those. I like the curved scissors because it still gives, like, it's not so straight, like, you know, it just gives that curve, especially for duck nails at the edge right there. So I'm just matching both hands, making sure they're the same length. If not, it's okay. We can always go back after when we're shaping to clean up and make sure that they are all equal, especially if it's either like duckies or square. That's okay. But if you're doing like almond, stiletto, or even coffin, I would try to make sure they are the same length before doing acrylic, because once you go back and file after, it could mess up. You're gonna have to reshape the entire nail if you have to bring them down shorter. So try to keep that in mind. So now we're just cleaning up the duck shape and also blending in the nail tip to the natural nail. And I just use my hand file for that because I'm already right here cleaning up the shape. I might as well just go through and run over that part as well, instead of having that be a whole separate step with my mandrel. So getting that out the way, and then we'll be ready for acrylic. So we're gonna dust all of the dust off and go in with a brush with Swipe on it. Swipe from Young Nails is a dehydrator to dry the nails out, make sure there's no oils or anything. And we're gonna use that, staying closer to the cuticle, not too much on the tip because it can break the tip, and you want to be careful with that. And then I'm going in with my No Lift Nail Primer. Love this primer. It is an acid primer, so be very, very careful with it. I did splash myself in the face one time and it burned my skin. And then we're going in with a clear layer on the natural nail. I'm using the Speed Clear from Young Nails with my favorite monomer ever. And then just securing the natural nails. We do this to protect the natural nails from any pigment that we're going to be using, and also it helps. Clear is always stronger than any colored acrylic, so it just helps with retention. And it also helps, like for me, if I'm doing a fill or if I'm doing a soak off or whatever, I know how far I need to file down or drill down, because I know that that clear base is there. So then we're also going in with this pink nude base that my girl Maya made. She custom makes this mix, and I think she's thinking about selling it. So hit her up if you're interested. Her Instagram is nails_by_glamnur, GLAMNUR. That's the salon I work at. It's her salon. So pretty in there, so fire. She's amazing. So follow her, hit her up. And right now we're just going in with the acrylic and basic acrylic process, So I'm gonna let y'all watch that. So for the bead I'm using, I just put my brush in the monomer, drain it by wiping the side off, tapping my brush into the powder, and sometimes if it's too wet, then I'll drain some more liquid on the napkin. I place it sideways onto the nail if it's a bigger bead, and then I'm just working with it. I'm working with the cuticle, pushing it upwards to not have the tip be so thick. All the thickness should be going towards the apex, and securing in the cuticle, wiping, tapping everything down, and just mainly tapping, not really no wiping, just mainly tapping everything into place until the acrylic dries. Always viewing from the side to see how the structure is. I added more acrylic to where it needed to go. I'm using a size number 8 acrylic brush. As y'all can see, my brush is towards the end. I actually recently just got a new brush because this one you can see is all frizzy and messed up. I used to do like a size 12 brush. I've been liking the size 8 lately though, because I can get bigger beads and they're gonna be drier because not a lot of liquid is stored in the smaller brush, whereas the bigger brushes you can get bigger beads, but it's gonna be still a lot of liquid with it, and the bead is just gonna be wet and runny. I like to work with drier beads because I'm faster when it comes to this, so it just helps me work quicker and secure in what the bead faster. That's really all it is. So here, just doing the same thing, and boom, fresh application. Now we're going in with the shaping. Always pull them sidewalls back so that you can get up in there. And then just going in, filing the sidewalls and filing the shape and the underneath on the sides. And then I go on top and just around the top, just like this, from side to the other side and all around the middle, and just make sure that there's no lumps or anything throughout the structure. And as you can see, everything is like scratched up on the top, and that's how I can tell that everything is equal. Once I'm done with the file, I do one hand at a time just in case the client's on their phone or anything. I don't feel like going back and forth between hands. Once I'm done hand filing, I go in with my e-file. I'm using this ceramic drill bit in fine, and I'm just sealing the cuticle in, going around sidewalls, cuticle, securing all of that, making sure it's not too big in any area, cleaning up the shape, not really the sidewall, like the sides and the shape much, but just the structure of the nail. So just making sure there's no lumps anywhere, the apex is where it needs to be, and all of that, and just cleaning up. And I'll do this on all of the nails. Once I'm done that, I'm gonna go in with my 4X coarse bits, and this is ceramic as well, and I'm just cleaning up the tip. This is where the real shape comes in. Like, if you think your shape is all messed up, just wait until this part. And this part, I feel like it's gonna bring the whole shape together, especially if it's like square, coffin, or duckies. It's gonna clean everything up. So I'm just going in. Duckies is a little different because it's kind of like you have that curve. If you make your duckies like that, some people make them straight, some people do like that curve, how the middle of the tip goes inward, if you know what I mean. So I'm going, how I have the drill bit facing downwards, I'm going in that way and just kind of creating a little bit of that curve. I don't do it too much. And I go underneath as well to make sure that the acrylic doesn't look too thick if you're viewing it from that angle. And then going in with my hand file just to clean up and make sure that it's completely straight, and those corners are cornering. We want those corners to cut us. That's how sharp we want them, okay? So then I had the client go ahead and wash her hands once I was on the other side. And now we get into the design. So we're doing the white base. I don't buff my nails because I just feel like it's no real point. Like, you could put base coat and it'll be smooth. But going in with the white base, and then really I only use base coat for the nails I'm doing a design on so that I could have smooth line work. So these three are going to be plain white, and then the pinky and the thumb will go in with the base coat. Cure, my lamp is there, so through each step I'm going to be curing 30 to 60 seconds. That comes out. Always make the base coat that I use, I always make sure to wipe with my brush with acetone because it has a sticky layer to it. And if you try to paint over top of that, it is going to run and smear and the line's not going to be straight. So make sure you wipe it. And then we're going in with some Frenchies and a cut crease. So I got the Frenchies and the second coat of white, cure that. Now we're going in with a matte top coat, and we're gonna cure that for 30 seconds, and we're only doing it on the fingers that we're gonna do the airbrush on. I don't like using the airbrush machine because the fumes are just way too strong and it's not good for you. And I got so lightheaded and dizzy one time, I was like, no. So I'm using, I think this is even like something like an eyeshadow brush, like some type of makeup brush. And I'm just using a red acrylic powder, dipping it in there and dipping it into the matte, pushing it into the matte to create this airbrush spot. This is my favorite way to do airbrush. It mainly only works with brighter colors. It doesn't work too well with the lighter colors, so I would try to stay with the brighter. Another hack, if it's on the acrylic, directly on the acrylic, you could do lighter colors. It might stay a little bit better if you only cure it for 10 seconds. But because we have gel underneath, a color underneath, if you only cure it for 10 seconds, it could wrinkle up underneath because it's not cured all the way. So, and then I did base coat and then just wiping the base coat off, and we're doing the zebra and cheetah print design in black on top. But yeah, so that's another way if you wanted to do the light colors to cure the matte, but that's only if you do it directly on the acrylic. Here I am in the corner here, baby hair's laid and lashes looking good. So cute. Okay, back to the nails. So now I'm working with this 3D molding gel that I also got off of Amazon, and it came in like a pack of multiple different colors, and I'm just rolling it, and then we're gonna add it onto the nail to start creating the belt. I'm gonna place it on the nail and then kind of push it down to create more of a flat look instead of a rounded look like the belt. And then we're gonna take off the side pieces so that it can fit to the nail, and then we'll do the 2 other pieces as well, zigzag, and then we're gonna cure that for 60 seconds. I like this gel. It's not sticky at all. Like, I can keep my gloves on and work with it. The only thing is it's a little difficult to stick to the nail. Like, sometimes I'll have to put like a base coat or something on and not cure the base coat and then add it on so that it can have something to stick to. And because if not, sometimes it will just be like falling right off the nail, and it's difficult to make it stay on there and work with it. But other than that, I like it. I like how it's colored so that you don't have to like deal with painting it or anything. Now we moving on to the I Heart Me. So I'm just using my Macart glue, stone glue, which is also on my Amazon storefront, adding this red stone, and then I cured that, and then I'm going in to write with black gel polish. I did the eye first, cured that, and then went in to do the ME because I didn't want to mess up halfway through and then have to erase something on the me part. And the eye was fine, but now I gotta erase the eye too because I accidentally messed up there. So just cure it one part at a time, and then we did the other hand too. Cured that, and then added these cute little lips, super cute. Added such a good like cute vibe to it. So there's that, and then we going in back into the belt. So I'm adding my Macart glue all around the edges of the belt, and I'm using this string that looks like beads all attached to each other. This is a life hack, okay? I'm pretty sure this is on my storefront too. And then I just use my nippers, these huge nippers, also a life hack when you doing a fill-in and you need them big charms to get off because they stick and they don't want to come off. So there's that. And instead of placing each little bead individually, this is just so much easier, saves so much more time. And then I'm going in with this mini light to kind of cure it into place so it's not all wobbling around while I try to cut it. And this light is also on my Amazon storefront, so go check that out. And then I'm doing every section, and then I added a little bit more of the gel, and then put it in the lamp and cured that to secure everything. Now I'm going in with this diamond gel, and I'm just placing it in every little spot that the stones are gonna go, and I'm using these gold stones and just placing them on to make it look like the holes in the belt. Last little touch of detail is these stars on the pinky, and I did two, and the one that I did on top of the French, I did a second coat. After I cured this, I did a second coat of that just so that the black from the zebra wasn't showing through it. And now we on to the top coat. We finally finished. So just putting the top coat, securing everything in, obviously curing that. And then when it comes out, I'm going to take my hand file and just file the tip of it just to clean up the shape, because especially when doing Frenchies or like just using gel, either way, just using gel polish on top of it can definitely mess up the shape sometimes. So I like to go in and just clean that up. And then we're going to dust everything off, add some oil to the cuticles, and we're gonna be good to go. And y'all already know how the finished look came out, so here we are. Came out so bomb, so fire. Let me know what y'all think, and I will see y'all in the next video.